Welcome and thank you for tuning in to Cryptids, Creeps, and Conspiracy. The following content may involve explicit language and materials, so listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back, everyone. We have Miss, oh my goodness, I know I just said it. Alicia. There we go. Twisted and Uncorked. We will come.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. We've got guests too,
Yes, we
apparently.
have invisible guests. But I'm super excited because, oh my gosh, one, you're super adorable. And I just love that your face is so stinking cute. And you're good for marketing because you're adorable. And I look like a hobo today. So it's okay. Sorry, guys. Look up here. But I know that we did this last time, but I'm probably going to go ahead and just let you kind of take the floor. Let us know who you are.
What did it say?
How do I use it? Who is that? Natasha, Alicia. We already went through this.
This new lady that's just shown up on your screen. Yeah.
Yeah, they usually catch on pretty quick. And take a second. Let us know kind of who it is or what you are. Oh my God. Woo,
Well, the
was
ghosts want to know what I am.
Who
So
you-
I
yeah.
am
who you are,
Alicia
what you do.
Watson,
There we go.
and I am one half of the Twisted and Uncorked podcast. I host it with my American best friend, Sierra, who is from Alabama, and we do a variety of crazy stories every week. And you can find us on Tuesdays wherever you get your podcasts. We mostly cover true crime, but we also do conspiracies and hauntings and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm so curious as to what those two sentences just were.
We had one that said, I'm watching you. Then it
Oh,
goes,
great.
sister.
Well, that's how I think of Sierra, so it checks
Yep.
out.
All
We
right.
refer to ourselves as twins because we were born 4 days apart and the same year, and we're so similar. So, yeah.
That's so crazy.
And then I'm also going to be launching my own podcast,
Ooh.
which I'm very excited / nervous about, with Fire Eyes Media, and that comes out on March 20th. It'll be called Truly Twisted. So we're staying in the twisted realm of things and kind of on brand, but I'm very excited about it.
Ooh, that's exciting. I'm just like, ooh, yeah. So spill that tea, girlfriend.
March 20th.
Understanding. They are hopping today. That one said we're pathetic.
I'm super haunted myself, so
Oh,
I'm sure-
Rise. We're going to have like a combo guest thing going.
Yeah. So I'm excited for
Interesting.
that. I'm not brave enough like you are to actually have used any ghost equipment in my own house because stuff has happened on its own without me requiring ghost equipment to be able to notice it. But I do have a lot of stuff as well. So
Move out of my way.
oh well,
We're trying to get a better view.
competition for for
I'm right
space
here.
in
Oh my gosh.
Natasha's studio today.
Yeah, let's move. Get out of here. I'm trying to watch this here. See, they even say you're cute. Aw.
Thank you.
Well, I get a bunch of weird stuff. What's crazy is all this weird stuff was happening. And so that's why I started doing video. That's why I started putting these sensors and stuff up. Because I was like, no one's going to freaking believe me unless they can like see it. And so I'm like, my hands are here. Like, I can't touch anything. Like, everything is what it is. And they sometimes, if I don't have the phone on, they say that a lot. I need this. They really like podcast time.
Okay.
Monster.
Well, I mean, cryptids, kind of monsters.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I have my little Nessie that you made behind me here.
Oh, yeah. I see him peeping out there.
And then my Mothman is above me on my witchy Harry Potter shelf.
So many things were happening. And they definitely let me know. If they want to talk and I don't have the phone on and they really want to say something, things will start moving, lights will start flickering. And then I've decided sometimes if they want the phone on so that I can understand what they're saying, but sometimes they just like screw it and they just start talking. I get like this horrible ringing in my ear. Like it's a weird tone. And it only happens whenever and then I go to the box on and then it stops and they start talking through the phone. So I think whatever it is, they're just like, it's coming.
Too much
Okay.
energy.
Yeah. They're like,
What
excuse
is
me.
the name of the app that you use again?
It's called Ghost Tube. I really like it. I can't do the static stuff.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that. I mean, all of the content that Sierra and I got when we were in Cincinnati together, and then in Kentucky, we went to Bobby Mackey's before they tore it down.
Yep.
So we used a lot of our stuff, but it took me hours to go through all the footage and like see if you catch
Yeah.
anything after the fact. So
We've kind of been going back and forth as far as, aliens. I know I've got an alien, couple ones that I just recorded. I've done like a couple cryptids, and I know I've done a lot of kind of investigative type, not really topic based ones. So I picked a topic based one,
okay.
and we are going to go into the realm of haunted, spooky hotels.
I love it.
Struggle. Okay. Particularly the Omni Parker House.
Okay.
So, do you know much about this one?
No, I've never heard of it.
Okay. Me neither till I looked it up. I don't even know where I found it. Wow, that was weird. Something's like it's like a hiccup, but not quite a hiccup.
Oh,
So
like chest feels tight. I
yeah.
get that.
Now this is all the way back in like 1855. Like this is way, way, way back there. And it actually holds the record for the longest continuously operated hotel in the US.
Shit. It's
Yeah, which
impressive.
is cool. And the guy who found it was a 20-year-old. His name was Harvey D. Parker. When he built it, I laughed because I don't know what I was trying to type there, but apparently I made a new word, Italiante. Uh, That's Italian style, but I made it Italiante. I don't know.
I like it. I definitely do that when I'm writing notes as well.
was
And
like-
you'll read them so many times and you're like, yeah, that's legit. And then when you're reading it again a week later, you're like, what was I writing?
Oh no, it straight up is telling me it's not a word, but I left it. It was like, give me your worst Italian American word, Italiante.
Use it in a sentence. I'm not even
Yeah.
sure what that means.
It's like, do you want your noodles Italiante? This was a 5-story hotel that immediately caught everybody's attention because it was referred to simply as the Parker House.
Okay.
And this thing is, from what I've gathered, just beautiful. Now, the lobby is just elegance to a T, right? It's topped with intricately carved molding and panels on the walls, arched windows, beautiful white marble steps, lush thick carpet, crystal chandeliers, and I don't know what this thing, but it says divans, whatever those are, but they were made out of like real horsehair. I don't know what a divan is,
wild.
but
I'm Googling it right now.
yeah. So I was like,
Divan.
did I typo or is that really? It says it's a word.
It refers to decorations in reception halls. It's a type of furniture.
Oh, okay. This goes 13. Suspicious. Died. Okay.
Well, I'm sure if this place is haunted, somebody had to have died at some point.
And what's crazy is because this thing was so luxurious, like all kinds of famous people from all genres would meet up at the hotel. It's like a meeting place, right? To be like, oh yeah, like
Love
we're meeting at the Omni Parker House. Like
Yeah.
it's like super fancy. Now, those are people logical, thank you. Some of the people were writers like Thoreau, Emerson, Hawthorne, and Longfellow.
I love it. Now go and leave Natasha a 5-star rating and review.
Yeah, spooky. There was also major leaguers like David Ortiz, Babe Ruth, and Ted Williams were also regulars in this hotel. And even politicians met up for
Italiana's politician.
Let's go to the Italiante Hotel for the politicians. That was kind of like, that was Jamaican there. We're going to
Yeah.
start a bobsled team.
Welcome to the multicultural episode.
Yeah. They would hold these conversations in these press releases. So there'd be James Curley, he's touching you. Ulysses Grant, Franklin Roosevelt, JFK, Bill Clinton, and a bunch of other people. So, like all these politicians would use this as like a major meeting place. Harvey Parker passed away in 1884, but that didn't mean that the growth of the hotel stopped. So bad. Okay. Credit for the continued success was given to Jay Whipple, who took over managing the facility after he passed away. Once he raised enough money, he bought the hotel and began renovations that extended the building to 10 stories instead of 5. Doubling up.
That's like a move.
I know, right? It's like, let's just make a whole new
Just like
hotel.
double your square footage.
Yeah. I was like, I can't even, that's a lot. That's a lot. Now, the Parker Hotel, which, along with a lot of companies back then, changed a lot of hands during the Great Depression because, people just couldn't afford it. They thought they could afford it, that nobody would stay, all that stuff. But eventually it made it in the hands of the Sherrard family, and they bought the building for $3 million. I don't remember what year that was in,
I was
but
gonna say
in Great
late
Depression,
1800s,
so yeah,
early 1900s. Shit.
soulmate. Hold on. Oh, look, I have a text.
Is it from
Mm-hmm.
where just oh shit, the ghost knew before you did.
They tell me. They know who it is. I don't know how they know who it is because my phone was off. Anywho, thanks guys for the heads up. Yeah. Yeah, again. Oh my God.
They're
All
like,
right.
yeah, we do it all the
Yeah.
time. What else
I was
is
like, oh,
new?
thanks. It's like, yeah. We got you. Old guy Glenwood died.
Okay.
His son, Andrew Sherrard, took over and basically ran the damn business into the ground, essentially. I mean, just a horrible, not a businessman. Yeah, finished. Before the hotel had to close its doors, however, completely, the Dunphy Hotel Corporation purchased it. So they were able to, go in there and get it probably for a steal. And the owner contracted a series of further renovations that restored the amazing original architecture and made accommodations that were more modernized. So spiffy up what it had, make some modernizations. It's all good. But under the reign of the Dunphy family, the hotel was hopping again. Stupid. Was it very nice? From what I've gathered, did a great job, right? Everybody down to the bellhops would dress in colonial era attire and acted the part. Like it was a straight
it.
up, yeah, isn't that fantastic? And it was at this point, it was up to 551 rooms. Guys, this lady's a genius. That's awesome. So there's the history that we have. One of the most famous spirits in the hotel is, well, wouldn't you guess it, the original owner, Mr. Harvey
It
Parker,
always is. It
right?
always is.
Well, at least this one's not like a famous, well, it might be later, but like some famous murderer, you know what I mean? This dude put his life into it. He got it off the ground. He did a great job. Like, this is probably his baby, right? This makes sense to me. This guy being here makes sense. It's not one of those lame ones where he's like, oh, he stayed here one night and then now he's trapped here forever. No, this dude sunk his life in it.
Like the people that die tragically in hotels and end up haunting it forever.
Oh, well, my favorite is the ones that they just so happened to stay at the hotel one night. They didn't even die at the hotel and then they're haunting it. And I'm like, why the fuck would he come back to this hotel?
I
Whatever.
really liked it. It was a good stay.
I guess. A lot of people report seeing a bearded man in and hearing odd noises coming from room 303. And they think that that's Harvey. Now, no one's confirmed. I don't know. I mean, at this point, there's going to probably be nothing that has any recording of Harvey's voice that you're never going to know. Unless it's like, yo, get out of my hotel. Like, I don't know. How about you? That's my best Harvey Parker. That's my best Harvey Parker over there.
I'd imagine he has a very deep, grussly voice.
Yeah.
Of the 1800s. Check that.
Yeah. Well, and they do say every now and then in the same room, you'll see a man who's wearing like a colonial style getup.
Okay.
But at the same time, if all of the bellhops and everybody's wearing it, are we sure that they're not just seeing a worker?
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe he's just like up there toking it in a spare room or something.
And he's like really pale.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty pale. We can be ghosts, essentially.
Pretty much.
Yeah. See, yeah, I'm the same way. I have my lights down so I don't. It's just bangable.
Excellent.
I told
Always
you
what
she's
women
pretty,
like
guys.
to do. Always what women like to be referred to as.
Yeah. Yeah, you're bangable.
I've been
Creepers,
called
it's the
worse.
creeper. Yeah. Now, they also say that he's been reported on the 9th and the 10th floors, and sometimes even standing at the end of the bed in room 1012. Now, here's my thing. When Harvey died, it was only 5 stories tall. If you renovate and a spirit already exists there, inhabits the area or whatever, does it then automatically gain access to an area that didn't exist when they died? It literally just said upstairs.
That's creepy. I like to think yes, since he's the original owner. He's like, oh, okay, we've really expanded up here. I want to see what's going on up here. Why not?
True. And then, like, is there do ghosts have like vertical limitations? Like, can a ghost climb a tree?
That's a solid question. I
And
don't
then,
know.
but can it
your
only
peeps in
go
there.
channeling? Okay.
It's getting some outside information for you.
Yeah, it's like, please hold, buffering.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna call a friend.
Yeah, let me phone my spiritual friend.
The
Can I
best
phone
game
the
show ever.
paranormal?
Yeah.
Phoning all phenomena. Phoning all phenomena.
Love it.
And so some people do also say that they see orbs that float around the 10th floor hallway all the time.
Skeptics could argue that it has something to do with the heat rising or something. I don't know, but I wouldn't think that that would
Actually
create
makes
more orbs or dust. I don't know.
Yeah. Listen to me. Sit with me.
Okay.
Are we having a therapy session on the pod right
I
now?
guess so. Welcome to Paranormal Encounters.
I'm your paranormal psychiatrist.
Specialist. Yes. You know what? You could
How do you feel
probably start a
today?
whole other show and not even be
Yeah.
involved. Just leave your
And
phone
yeah,
playing.
just leave it on there. And how did that make you feel?
Cold.
Empty.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
But
That's
that's
like,
definitely strange.
yeah, it's just, I don't get it. But some people say that they hear a rocking chair, laughter, there's flickering lights, whispers, and sometimes items mysteriously disappear. And I'm thinking, again, we might just be up to the bellhop.
Yeah, it's true.
Does it say from
I
where?
hate it when my shit goes missing.
I hate it when it goes missing and then mysteriously shows up. So
Yeah,
you know that these assholes did it.
that's what I mean.
And I'm like, guys, come on. I've literally had to, like, I looked for an hour for something once. I was in a room. I was in one room. And it was like when I had the studio outside. So it was a very small space. And I looked for an hour for this thing. And I literally just, I threw my hands up and I was like, look closer, smart ass. So I throw my hands up and I'm like, all right, listen. I'm like, I know that you guys have it. I don't know where
Yeah.
you put it. I don't have time for this. I'm like, I'm going to walk inside. You have 10 minutes. And when I get back, you better have it where I can find it, or I'm just going to kick you all out of here and we will sage the shit out of this place. I was like, do you understand? Good. And I left. I waited 10 minutes. I walked back in, and right underneath my chair was my remote that it was hiding. And it was like propped up where like I couldn't miss it. And I mean, I had moved my chair, took everything apart, and it was literally just like, here you go. Sorry.
Well, sometimes you gotta throw out the big guns.
Yeah.
The sage of it all.
In 1876, the actress Charlotte Cushman was at the hotel and conveniently died on the 3rd floor.
Oh no.
Lo and behold, now the elevator stops at the 3rd floor, even when nobody's pushing the button.
Okay. 9 years old when she died? Oh, hopefully it's the right person.
Was it in 1876?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. She was 59 years old.
Well, apparently she really likes to get off at the 3rd floor.
Apparently.
Now, they do say that she's not she's not really the only spirit that's in 303. So they say that a businessman was murdered in the room. And some people say that they smell whiskey when they walk in there.
Love it.
Choked. That actually tracks. And then some people, they say they hear annoying laughter in the room.
Oh,
Yeah.
can't tell what's worse, like just creepy laughter or something that makes your blood boil.
Yeah. And look over there. Oh, that was like straight up in the cheek. What am I looking at? Okay, there's nothing going on. Whatever, guys. Now, eventually, they turned that specific room into a closet because so many people were having so much activity, it was freaking people out. So they just turned it into a closet.
I don't
I'm just
blame
over here
them for
going,
that.
can you imagine you're haunting a room and they're just like, fuck it, we're going to make it a closet? You're like, no. And
All of my fun. God damn it.
it smells like musty mops in here.
Yeah, right? That sucks.
Oh, what if they like took out the windows? You know, so I can't even get a view.
Yeah, right? It's a bummer.
Well, although I'm guessing if you can control the elevator, you can leave the room, right?
True.
In theory.
If you can go all the way up to the 10th floor, why can't you leave the room?
Exactly. So I have a theory, and not about this hotel in particular. So this is what I have for this hotel. But every time I talk about hotels, I for whatever reason, think of this, all right? You know the elevator game.
Yes.
What I wonder is when you play the elevator game and you get to that floor that's like purgatory or whatever the fuck it is, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if all of those moves get you to the 13th floor.
Oh. Because those don't exist in any elevator or in any hotel.
Exactly.
I like your theory.
I'm like, that makes sense. Because like sometimes people either they build the 13th floor, they just don't use it. Because some people are like, oh, well, they just skip. And I'm like, but then if you skip, then you're essentially making the 14th floor the 13th floor and you're still on the 13th floor, right?
Yeah.
You'd have to build it and just not use it.
Or it's like an invisible floor in the afterlife that it brings you to.
Hmm?
I don't know. There's a lady that you're not supposed to talk to. If you talk to her, does she bring you to that floor and then you're stuck there forever?
It's a good question.
See,
Have you
these
ever
are
seen the
things I'm
show
not willing to
Evil?
figure out myself, but I don't think so.
Start. Yeah, actually, you should start. It's a great show.
When I finish Bridgerton, I'll get right on
Oh,
it.
so it's called Evil. I watched it on Netflix, but I think it's like on regular TV. It is phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. And in the show, there's an episode where they talk about not sacrifice. I mean, yeah, they do sacrifice, but that's not the one I'm talking about, guys. They do one with the elevator game.
Oh shit! All right, I'm definitely gonna watch it.
It's really good. Optionally,
Well, I know she's not making me do it. I want to do it because it's a recommendation.
yeah.
Fine.
The other guy said, "Do it." It must be the Nike ghost. Just do it. But that's what I have on the Omni Parker House.
That's crazy. I've never heard of it, but I'm definitely excited. So I am a sucker for like old Hollywood stories
Yep, I figured.
and history and stuff. So I am now gonna dig in a little bit to Charlotte Cushman because I'm curious a little bit more about her.
And it doesn't say, like, in my research, I didn't find what she died of or anything like that. It didn't really go into detail.
At 59 in 1876, it was probably like natural
Cocaine.
causes at that point.
Oh, Mom, I was way off.
But you're lucky if you lived past the age of 50 at certain parts.
I was just thinking, movie star.
Yeah, drug addiction, probably.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And in that day and age, I mean, yeah, loss.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But it's like weird. There's no like real photos of her. They're all paintings. But it was the 1800s.
Oh, yeah.
So that checks out.
Well, right? I mean, when did they start? When were photos?
She died of pneumonia.
Huh.
So basically natural causes, 1800s edition.
Yeah.
When did photos?
I feel like it was like sexed. Oops.
In 1826.
So I
Like,
wonder, I
what's
mean,
the
there'd have to
banter?
be, if she's especially if she's like a movie star,
Yeah, there's nothing.
throat.
Unless it's like a photo and it just looks like a painting. That could check out. Yeah, I'll show
In
you.
the good old days when they would take photos, but like half the people in the photos were actually corpses just propped up.
Exactly.
That first one.
Same thing. So I'm gonna
Huh?
dig into that a little bit.
Yeah.
But that was very interesting.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
never
you have
heard-
a very strong Black Dahlia vibe going on.
Thank you.
You've got the
I can't
dark
tell if-
hair, the pasty skin, you're pretty, and you just got that black, which is not the greatest considering she was, chopped to pieces. But,
I hope that that's not my future. But if it is, I know I have like an army of podcast friends that will try and solve my murder. So
we
it'll be fine.
100%. So we laugh too because I used to be big into like true crime stuff. I just don't talk about it as much anymore, but I'm all about it. So one of my crafts that I do that I'm starting is I'm taking miniature dollhouse scenes and making them into crime scenes. Yes, I'm trying. Hello. He goes, hello.
Okay, girl.
That's interesting. Got a new party in the house. What's up? Oh, okay. I might know who that one is. We'll see. We'll see what it says. Podcast. Yep, we're doing the podcast.
Yeah, that's fun.
Hotel. Yeah,
Hey.
the podcast is about the hotel. Oh, since I can't, I'll send you a picture of the kitchen I have so far.
Yeah, there's something like super soothing about crafts for me too.
Especially whenever. So I've had some guys that have messaged me or whatever. They're like, "Oh, hey," and we're talking, everything's going great, and they're just like, "Oh, well, what do you do for work?" And I'm like, "I have more than one job." They're like, "Oh, well, what do you do?" Well, I sell cars, as my day job, but I was like, "I have a podcast that I make crafts." What's your podcast about? I'm like, ghosts.
Weird shit.
Absolutely not. Ghosts and monsters and aliens. And they're like, okay, what kind of crafts do you make? Well, right now I'm painting my bones. And they're like real bones? And I'm like, yeah, real bones. They're like, you're painting them? I'm like, yeah, they're painting them. I was like, and then I'm going to drill holes in them. I'm going to decorate them. And they're like, well, it's nice knowing you. Like,
Yeah, they're worried
yeah,
they're gonna become one of those
yeah,
bones.
exactly. And I'm just like, they're deer bones. I can tell you where I got them.
Yeah, they were sustainably sourced. I didn't just go out and murder a
Exactly.
deer for these bones.
Exactly. I was like, we ate and she was delicious. And
And now I'm paying homage to her memory by
Yeah.
creating something beautiful out of her.
exactly. And I have a really cool idea that I just
You
thought
gotta
of
give
today.
more context than
Yeah.
just I'm painting bones.
Well, if you
Unless
can't
that's
deal
the
with me,
test.
if you can't
Unless
deal with
that's the
me
test.
pulling a skull out of a pot that's boiling water, then we don't belong together. What do you do on a Friday night? And I'm literally scrubbing and picking skin off of the boiled bones.
You
That's what I
gotta
was doing
let
on a
them
Friday
like you
night.
first, Natasha. You gotta be a soft launch.
But
Soft
that's,
launch.
I don't want to be wasting any time, man. Rip that band off. It's like waxing your butthole, man. Just rip it off.
My husband and I have been together for 12 years, and he always says,
Sacrifice, yeah.
he's always like, I didn't know you were this weird when we first started dating. And I was like, soft launch.
Yeah.
Now
I've
you're stuck here.
decided, yeah, the more I see you, it's funny because I'm like, if I like put my hair down and have my makeup and stuff, I feel like the way
You
our
and I
facial,
just-
we
We've
look
talked
alike.
about this. We do
Yeah.
look a lot alike.
And I
And
was
I
like, what do you
recently
think? Put my
cut-
makeup on. Yeah.
I recently cut
Go
my
on.
bangs. And I recently cut 8 inches off my hair. So now we
Nice
even have the same
hair.
haircut. Now we just have the same
like 2
haircut.
days ago.
Twins. Twinning.
Yeah.
Problem.
It says,
No, we
like it's
do
really
look very
face.
similar.
We do. I noticed like when we laugh, if we smile, like our eyes look like the same shape.
Same squinty, yeah,
Which
almond
made me feel
eyes.
bad because here I am. I'm like talking about how pretty you are, and then I was like, oh, we almost kind of look
That's
alike. And I was like, hey.
That's why I'm telling you to shut the fuck up.
In my defense, I can be cute when I want to be. Right now, I am post extracurriculars, needing a shower mess. So I gotta ask, would you stay in a haunted hotel?
Hell yeah.
Would you intentionally ask for a haunted room?
Yes.
At a girl.
I'm dying to go to New Orleans.
Okay. Okay, it's official. I have to plan a New Orleans trip because cryptid, thank you. That is literally the third day in a row I've had somebody has mentioned to me going to New Orleans.
So it's the signs.
Sign. Third time's a charm.
go.
All right, I'm listening. Disagree. I'm listening. I need to make a trip to New Orleans. I don't know how. I don't know when. I don't know why, but I need to go.
Do it.
So, and I mean, it was like a customer that came in. And what's really crazy is my spirit box was giving me a name for like a week. I have no idea who it is, right? And I'm like, what the this lady comes in and knows my boss and introduces me, and she's got the name. She then was telling me about her going to New Orleans and how much, like, how crazy it was. She's a witch, and she met another witch in New Orleans, like a voodoo priestess in New Orleans. And she was telling me about talking to her, and I'm like, I've got to go.
It's on my bucket list for sure. How far is that away from you? How
Mm,
far is New
probably
Orleans?
closer than yours. Bedroom. We are in my bedroom. What was I looking up? New Orleans. That's what I was. New Orleans. 11 and a half hours.
Bad.
I mean, I drove far. I drove about the same distance to go to Paracon.
There you go. That's doable. So when did you move your studio into your bedroom?
It's the day after my ex-husband got out of the house.
Oh.
Beautiful. Yeah.
I'm in my bedroom as well, but I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. So my husband's got all of his stuff in.
Why are you asking?
When that comes through, that voice, every time it sounds like a cartoon character.
Like Elmo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
So I have a 2-bedroom house, but my son's in the other bedroom.
Of course.
So I just sectioned off this corner in here because outside I have electricity and stuff. Like it's enclosed and everything, but I don't have central air or heat.
Yeah.
So I didn't want my equipment to get ruined from the cold and the sweating and all of that.
Yeah.
So I brought it inside. So yeah.
Good for you. I'm in the awkward little corner. That's like our sliding glass door to go to our deck.
Oh, here.
And
that's so funny. Ready? Here's my awkward corner. We literally are in the awkward corners. Ow, I just pinched my finger.
I think the only reason I don't have that is because I have the tapestry behind me, and then these are curtains.
So this is just that. I have dividers on this side, but I just threw a blanket over it.
It was like a spooky blanket fort. I'm here for it.
It is. It's very much so a little fort. And
I love it. I've
got more flashlight. I've got more panels to put up. I just haven't I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. Turn it off.
No. Don't tell us what to do. Yeah. I'm definitely honored for you having me on. Sierra and I rule.
I love having you guys on. Oh, definitely. Like I said, just put it on there. It says run.
No. Sierra's done school now, so we actually have some free time. But we did get really exciting news, and I don't want to jinx it.
A lot of people will read this or touch up on that, or but for me, I like it when you get genuine responses.
Yes,
and because if you know about it, and I know about it, I feel like it's less. I guess. Oh, there it is. It agrees. Okay, so we got an agreement here. It's more. I feel like it just kind of gets it kind of forever. Okay.
Yeah. Natural conversations are good. So
yeah, I feel like it's kind of like monotone, a little boring. It's not as like improv-y, or you know what I mean? There's just not as many jokes and stuff. Like if you already know,
yeah,
you don't get as much input either. I don't feel like.
That's very true.
Oh, there goes again. Man, we're just like all of a sudden happening. Make sure that you tune in, listen. The description's going to have all of her information down there so you guys can go find her and Sierra. So don't forget to listen, but don't just listen. Share, like, and leave 5-star reviews only. If it's 1 star, we don't want this bullshit. 5 stars only for them.
Just move on at that point.
Yeah, at that point, fuck off. All right. So share the love, spread the love. And until next time, everybody. Thank you for listening to this episode of Cryptids, Creeps, and Conspiracy. If you wouldn't mind, please take a moment and give the show a 5-star review wherever you're listening. I know it might not seem like much, but it greatly helps the show and allows people to find us more easily. Also, head on over to www.patreon.com/cryptids, creeps, and conspiracy and subscribe to any of the tiers. Members of the Big Show tier get bonus materials, personalized shoutouts on the pod, ad-free episodes, access to the private Discord server, quarterly appreciation gifts, and a chance to be on the show, not to mention video versions of the episode. Before you go, don't forget to click the link in the description and grab yourself or someone you know some self-designed merch by me, or make a donation to help keep the show going and fund future events and investigations. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Threads, and TikTok. If you have any questions, topic recommendations, or personal encounters, please send them to cryptidscreepsandconspiracy@gmail.com or submit them through the contact form at www.cryptidscreepsandconspiracy.com. I would love to hear from you and share your experiences on a listener episode. Just make sure that you specify that I have permission to add your encounter to the show and let me know whether or not you would like your real name read or an alias to maintain confidentiality. Thank you guys all again so much for your support. Until next time, my friends. See ya.